Ito ang Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang naiba at kakaibang plataforma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, Chikahan at Kaalamang Pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, Chikahan at Kaalamang Pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techie Mommy, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello. Happy Friday, everyone. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. And of course, yeah, it's Friday. And normally, we say TGIF sa America, thank God it's Friday. Pero because of our new normal, wala nang difference yung weekday tsaka weekend, lalo na sa akin now. Especially for those people working from home, di ba? Wala na talagang diferensya yung weekday tsaka weekends kasi nagtatrabaho tayo all week long. But anyway, we're still on the subject and itong wrap up natin ang subject natin about how to adapt to the new normal way of life. Di ba, like sinasabi nga natin, it's been a year since we have been living this way. Ang ating new normal is yung pamamaraan ng pamumuhay at pamamaraan ng pagtatrabaho ay naapektuhan talaga nitong pandemya na ito, right? But I'm still broadcasting here, yes, from my tita baby's house at nila Maricel, nila Celcel, tsaka nila Jimel. Kasi yung internet ko, nakala ko kinabit kahapon, sinabi ko pa thank you PLDT, ay hindi pa rin nag-on. Ngayon lang, actually. Like a few minutes ago lang nag-on. So I'm still broadcasting here from the house of my tita. Salamat na nag-host sa akin nitong buong linggo na to. Tomorrow, hindi pala, wala pala ako tomorrow. Monday to Friday lang tayo. So Monday, doon ako sa aking bagong home magbo-broadcast from. But maraming salamat to Tita Baby Del Coro and family, si Jamel tsaka si Celcel sa pag-host na akin araw-araw ng show na to. But anyway, we're going back to the subject that we are talking about today to wrap it up and to review kung anong ayun si Jamel. Hello. Thank you very much. Tungkol sa pinag-uusapan natin na paano tayo nabubuhay or how we can cope up in this new normal. Ilipaso lang natin yung mga pinag-usapan natin, right? Because of course, no, it's never been the same, okay, ang ating buhay. But then, una nating pinag-usapan is how to cope up with this new normal is, of course, acceptance, right? Unang-una is to accept that there is the change in our lifestyle. Ayan. Meron ako mga video bomber. Yan si Jamel Del Coro. Okay? How people cope with change, una-una. Kasi people tend to cope with change in one of two ways, right? Yun nga, yung sinabi natin, yung escape coping, right? Escape coping means it's based on avoidance. It's not accepting the fact, di ba? Ito yung hindi sa pagtanggap na iba na talaga ang buhay ngayon itong pandemya. Because, see, we take deliberate actions to avoid the difficulties of the change. Eh? For instance, you know, hindi ayaw mo tanggapin sa sarili mo na ito na ang ating buhay ngayon. You know, pero that's avoiding the situation, right? You're trying to ignore the fact na life has changed for most of us, if not for all of us, right? So, ang tawag dyan ay escape coping. tinadivert mo yung attention mo to the real issue here, or the fact. Ang susunod naman is control coping. Paano yun? It is positive and proactive ang control coping. You refuse to behave like a victim of the circumstance, but instead, you manage your feelings, diba? You get support, and do whatever you can to be part of the change and live with the change, which is this new normal we're living. Okay? In reality kasi, most of us respond to changes with a mixed emotions, diba? Actually, the way people deal with the ganitong sitwasyon ng bagong buhay or bagong pamumuhay is a mixture of escape and control coping. But control coping is generally the better option, syempre, because we have to move on, diba? We have to accept and deal with it. It is impossible to avoid the reality of the change in our lifestyle. Kasi hindi natin to maaaring i-avoid or isantabi forever. So kaya nga, if hindi nyo pa natatanggap na itong ating buhay na ngayon, please, the time is now, right? It's been a year since the virus situation. Ito na ang ating talagang new normal way ng pamumuhay. Magsuot ng mask, mag-social distancing, at mag-avoid ng mga major big gatherings, right? Okay? The stages of the reacting to change na pinag-usapan natin, ano-ano yung mga paano natin hinarap tong pandemya na to, itong COVID-19 pandemic period of time. Unang-una, yung shock, right? Talaga. Na-shock tayong lahat. We never expect this to happen. Disorientation. Na-disorient tayong lahat. You know, sino ba naman nobody ever imagined that this would happen to us in this time, in this last year of 2020. The year 2020 was dumaan na lang ng ganon, ng merong kalamidad. It started with calamities all over the world and then ended with the COVID-19 pandemic. And it stayed. Akala natin temporary, di ba? Hindi natin nakala na mag-extend pa itong 2021 and God knows how long, right? Of course, there's already the vaccine, the hope of it being squashed by the vaccine. Pero syempre, hindi tayo 100% sure of that. Yun na nga, yung Olympics na dapat i-hold sa Japan, na-cancel, and it's put off. We don't even know rin kung matutuloy yan July this year because we're already in March and we still have an upsurge of the infections worldwide, lalo-lalo na sa Amerika at saka sa Europe, right? Ano pang ating mga naramdaman? Anger, right? And other emotional responses. Talaga naman, we experience that, right? Ang initial disorientation kasi, yung na-disorient tayo, na-discarril yung mga plano natin, na-discarril yung pamumuhay natin, trabaho, maraming nagalit. Lalo-lalo na nung nag-lockdown at maraming nawalan ng trabaho, right? Kasi ang initial disorientation gives way to a lot of emotions. You might be angry about a downgrade of your lifestyle or fearful about the impact that a layoff or yung pagtatanggal ng trabaho will have on your family. Of course, majorly yan. Ang major concern yan, yung nawalan ng trabaho, right? Even if the change in your circumstances is something that you've done sa sarili mo, talaga, ang nangyari dyan, ang mga tao maraming naging negative. Of course, mas konti yung mga naging optimistic situation kasi nga, we were not prepared for this pandemic. Pero natural lang to feel that way, right? It's kasi, especially sa panahon na ito, it's important to avoid suppressing your emotions. Kasi dyan nagkaroon din it brought about psychological problems, mental issues to people, depression, right? And it's hard when you suppress your feelings, doon talaga yan ang nagkakapag-trigger ng more emotional or mental or psychological concerns. Kaya nga, we have to manage our emotions. No? So acknowledge the way that you feel. Tanggapin nyo yung shock, tanggapin yung feelings of worry, accept the situation, but be sure to assess that you can express it openly. Kasi mahirap pag tinatago nyo yung nararamdaman nyo, di ba? yung mga ibang tao ayaw na nga pag-usapan yung pandemya kasi nade-depress lalo. But then it's the reality. We have to face the fact that it's here. And what you should do is really to find somebody to talk to, right? Sa mga nararamdaman nyo. It's important, right? So one way of coping with change is to build up your resilient skills. Yun na nga. You know, we will spring back from this all. Ang mga Pilipino, resilient. We can bounce back from the chaos. Diba, ilang kalamidad naman din dumadaan sa atin, tumatayo pa rin tayo. Okay? Number 3, ano pang naramdaman natin nung new normal na tong pandemic? It's coming to terms with this new normal. Yung pagtanggap na ito na talaga ang ating realidad. Ito na ang ating lifestyle. Ito na ang ating buhay. This is how we work now. This is how we live. This is how we go through the course of our lives. Kasi during this stage, your focus will likely to start to shift away from what you've lost and towards what is new. Okay? Well, tama na yung pagdedwell sa dati ganito yung buhay ko, dati ganito tayo, there was a time na ganito. Hindi nga, lahat na apektuhan. But we have come to realize and appreciate what we have, right? And move on and look forward to things that we can have and also work with what we have, right? Kasi nga, you know, yung simple matter of kumakain sa labas, sa restaurants, or you're visiting relatives, diba? Nawala na yan itong mga lockdown at ECQ. But then, we have become more creative also because of this new normal, right? Some people have reinvented themselves because, of course, technology plays a very, very big role in people's lives nowadays. Of course, it's sad for people na walang internet or walang cell phones. Pero, you know, for most people talaga, technology has become an escape, if not a coping mechanism for us to live in this new normal, right? So, the key here is to make a commitment to move on, right? Talaga, because acceptance and then making the commitment to move on, to be able to cope and live in this new normal. It's essential. You have to acknowledge the fact first, and because it's essential and part of coping with this change. Okay, start to explore more deeply what this change in our lives means. Your instinct may be to behave resentfully. Marami talagang nagre-resent, marami talagang kumukontra or talagang ayaw pang tanggapin yung realidad na ito. Pero wala tayong magagawa. This is our life now, right? And this kasi, you know, this has caused also relationships, and also it has made you build new relationships because in this period talaga, what is important is acceptance and moving forward, right? This is the stage when you come to fully accept our changed circumstances. Ito ang punto na dapat nating tanggapin fully na ang ating pamumuhay ay talagang nagbago na at nag-iba. At ito na nga yun. This is the new normal. We are living in this new normal. We have lived and survived for a year already. Kasi naman, acceptance doesn't mean giving up entirely on your former situation, right? Do not lose hope naman. Of course, there is that hope dapat na that we might go back to normal. Pero, huwag tayong mag-sulk, right? Huwag tayong mag-sulk and dwell in the past and think of the things that we have lost because we have to move on, right? We have to accept what is now. At yun na nga yun. Accepting and moving forward. We have valuable memories. Marami tayong mga good memories or yung mga skills na dati nating ginagamit or yung mga trabaho or mga projects that we used to have, you know, yung mga heydays noon, tsaka yung mga relationships natin. We can bring this and carry and move forward with these good memories and good experiences, okay? But the point is for you to accept that you are in this new normal and that you have to move on and that you are moving on, di ba? A year after isipin niyo sa sarili niyo, oy, andito pa ako, right? Nagtatrabaho ko because nakakita ko ng, now I'm a freelancer. I'm doing work from home. I'm doing other things. Kasi itong new normal na to, anong nangyari? A lot of people have equipped themselves or have taken new roles and have taken new jobs, have discovered new things about themselves that they didn't know that they were capable of doing. Itong pandemya na to, itong new normal na ito, ang nag-udyok or nag-encourage sa atin to reinvent ourselves and rediscover ourselves na marami pa pala tayong pwedeng magawa. Okay? Yun na nga lang, of course, a lot of it is online kasi nga yung mga face-to-face applying ng trabaho or mga trabaho ay nabawasan, pero marami ding opportunities na nag-open up online, right? Para sa mga tao. I'd like to welcome the people that are watching to the show. Thank you so much for joining me. We're wrapping up our subject matter on ways to adapt to the new normal for work and for life. And I'm giving guides to the new normal, right? Na pinag-usapan natin this whole week and how we're coping with it, okay? So ang masasabi ko lang, okay, moving forward, making a commitment to move forward, okay? Just make sure that the point is that you are moving on, whether it is in your career or in your life, right? Ako nga, I have moved on and I am going through this new chapter in my life wherein I have moved to Pampanga from Manila to be with my fiancé and we're engaged to be married. Yan ang mga nangyari sa akin sa COVID-19 period na ito. Talaga. Hindi ko inasahan. At the same time, of course, I have more work than I can handle because most of the things that I do is online. And of course, itong 2020 found me being part of this group, the Broad Stream Cast Communicators, that I so humbly want to say thank you for inviting me to be part of their team, of their group of seasoned broadcasters. At saka ayun na nga po, nasa YouTube na kami. As soon as this live stream broadcast is done, we are transferred automatically to YouTube. So please po, i-like niyo po ang Broad Stream Cast Communicators YouTube page and subscribe to it po. At saka i-click niyo yung notification bell para ma-notify kayo sa mga iba't ibang programa namin every hour. Okay? So going back to what I was talking about, right? Draw a personal mission statement and a legacy statement to stay on track. Set yourself new goals. Set yourself new routines in this new normal, di ba? Create an action plan to make the most of your new situation, right? Kunyari, if you're a manager and coping up with the changes, encourage mo yung team mo. Set new goals. Set new standards. Set new routines to help implement this change successfully, okay? By supporting your people appropriately, all right? Okay? So, coping strategies generally fall into two categories, like sinabi ko, escape, tsaka control coping, okay? Most people use a mixture of both of these two, like I said. But control strategies are generally a healthier way to work through change and offer the greatest long-term benefits. So, doon sa mga managers, okay, ito yung pwede yung impart sa inyong mga subordinates or mga colleagues or co-workers. We tend to react kasi, di ba, sinabi ko, in four ways. Shock and disorientation, anger and other emotional responses, and coming to terms with this new normal. Tulungan nyo yung mga empleyado nyo, tulungan nyo yung mga colleagues nyo to cope up this way. Of course, and the last, most important way is to accept and move forward, right? So, yun ang mga apat na bagay, how to cope with change. Okay? Very good. So, tinutuloy, okay, itong text. Tama yun. Kahapon, pinag-usapan ko yung mga trabaho na pwedeng maging, that are popular in this new normal. Okay? Repaso lang doon, speedily, kasi meron pa mga iba. We talked about being teachers, online teachers, not necessarily English teaching. It could be teaching anything. It could be teaching academic subjects. It could be teaching an expertise. It could be teaching a skill, like or playing the guitar, or having voice lessons, teaching voice online. A teacher is diversified nowadays, and not necessarily may PhD ka para ka maging teacher. May mga life coaching, merong mga IT lessons online, or yung mga instructionals din on YouTube and anywhere. Tsaka you can have virtual classrooms using those platforms nga like Zoom or Skype or Google Meets. Ang daming paraan ngayon magturo, right? Kahit na pwede rin kayo mag-Viber, mag-WhatsApp, kung one-on-one lang, mag-Messenger. Facebook even now has a feature, you can create your rooms, private rooms on Facebook, right? Maraming paraan, okay, na pwede kang magturo. Yun pa, telehealth nurses, okay? Ito yung online nurse. Actually, yeah, wherein, other opportunities available for part-timers tsaka full-time. Kasi some employers are looking to hire full-time telehealth nurses para sumagot ng mga questions specifically about COVID-19. So, merong ganyang trabaho na pwede mong kang ma-hire, taga-sagot ng questions, answer ng email, or pati actual physical calls. Ano pa? Transcriptionists, whether it's medical transcriptionist or chat relay. If you can listen and type, you can be a transcriptionist. Okay, some positions, such as in the medical field, may require applicants with technical knowledge, but plenty of opportunities, including yung mga reading assessment for students, or yung mga global consulting firms. Some of them require no experience and provide on-the-job training. So look this up, transcriptionists. Okay, ano pa? Consultants like me, consultancies. You can offer your expertise, right? And you can command your price depending on your scope of work and your experience in the field. Okay, look at companies like Upwork or Flexi Jobs and staffing agencies for vacancies. Okay, for job vacancies. Okay. Ano pa? Bookkeeping, tama. Accounting tsaka bookkeeping online. Yun ang mga trabaho na hinahanap ngayon at pwede mong makita or magawa. Shout out nga pala, talking about work and all those things, and naalala ko tuloy, shout out to my very good friend, my BFF, my sister, my beloved high school and college and forever life friend, Julie Nivera Laigo, right? And family, who she says she watches my broadcast, whether it's live or delayed. Salamat sa suporta, and she has also encouraged her family to watch our show. Maraming salamat, and she said thank you daw dahil sa information na nabibigay at yung encouragement that especially this segment is talking about how to cope with this new normal. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julia, for your vote of confidence and for your support. Thank you so much. So ano pa mga trabaho? Virtual assistants. Yan. Marami yan talaga ngayon. Itong mga trabaho na to is global, ha? I'm not just talking about online jobs to get from the Philippines. This is all international, actually. Actually, there a lot of these virtual assistants also and call centers, whatever, are hiring Filipinos because yun na nga, we speak English, right? Kaya this is a global job opening, right? Virtual assistant means you provide administrative support from the comfort of your own home and schedule. Virtual assistants can perform a range of services. Iba-iba yan. From scheduling to appointment taking to travel arrangements, email management to social media management then for your for companies or bosses, and up to event planning, di ba? So, kung lahat yan kaya mong gawin, pwede kang i-hire. And dollars ang sweldo, ha? And you can seek to do it full-time or part-time by joining agencies such as Upworks or Flex Jobs. Pero, pwede ka naman din dumiretso, right? Rumekta na ng diretso sa kliyente. But yun na nga lang, ikaw magmamarket ng sarili mo, right? Okay? So, you can post your services on a freelance job board such as FreeUp and Upwork to connect with potential clients directly. Yan. Sa FreeUp, Tsaka sa Upwork, pwede nyo i-post doon ng inyong resume at tsaka credentials. At diretso kayong papausap doon sa mga mag-hire. Depende sa needs nila at requirements, right? So ano pang trabaho yan? Focus group participant, yung sa mga FGD or focus group discussions, PR participant and get paid for it. Kaya lang, yun nga, mababa from $1 to $70 ang binabayad. Get paid to share your opinions. Well, it's not exactly a job, but participating in surveys and focus groups, extra money rin yan. Alright? Very good. Next is a translator job. Okay? Ito, medyo maganda rin ang bayad dito, $10 to $39 to $40 an hour. These workers translate the written or the spoken word depending on the position, right? Kagaya nung sinabi ko kahapon, may ibang mga companies specifically hiring itong Syra.com, Swahili interpreters ang kailangan. Kasi kailangan nila somebody to staff the phones and assist people communicating with doctors, insurance agents, or 911 operators kasi this is in the COVID period, kailangan nila ng mga taga-answer ng phone. Tapos the company Translate.com offers work on a gig-by-gig basis, meaning racket per racket, per project, right? Which can give you more flexibility, right? Just note that all gigs are first come, first served. Alright? Ano pa? Ano pang trabaho? Writer, like moi. Okay, writers. Pero maraming nagpapasulat ng content digital and social media, yung mga pwede kang maging hire na social media manager, at kung writer ka rin at the same time, well and good. Kung maalam ka rin sa digital world or the things that do, analytics and apps and all that on social media, very good. You can get a job like that. But then, kung writer ka na, marunong ka rin ganun, well and good, right? So, techie ka rin, kunyari like me, okay then, right? Hello there, Lillian Gabriel. Thank you for coming. Thank you for gracing my show today. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. And more power to your show too po, Miss Lillian. Thank you. And belated happy birthday, Miss Lillian Gabriel. I know that you just had a birthday. Thank you so much for peeking. I'm wrapping up my segment on how to cope with this new normal. Okay? So yun yung trabaho na yan, writer, kagaya ko. Ang dami-dami nga talaga. Ako na yung nag-aayaw sa work that I have now. The bulk of my work has increased or tripled since this pandemic because most of the things that I do is virtual na. And ito pa. Ano pang trabaho online in this new normal? Customer service representatives, right? As of course, because we transitioned from the quarantine times na yung mga call center, pina-work from home nilang kanilang estudyante, mga employees. I think 60% work from home, 40% before when it was ECQ or GCQ. But then more naging 70-30 na. Pero itong latest news, 'di ba? From kahapon, yun na ang sad part is nag-surge na naman ang infection sa Metro Manila. And most of Metro Manila is put on a lockdown, right? Pasay, Santa Mesa, maraming areas yan. I-google nyo na lang. Basta, most of these cities in Manila are on semi-lockdown, if not total lockdown. May curfew na naman yung iba. Metro Manila is going to be put starting Monday. Curfew na naman, 10 p.m. to 5 o'clock. Walang tao sa kalye, bawal. Huhulihin na naman, right? Hi there, Miss Ara. Hello, thank you for peeking. So, yun, sinasabi ko lang, curfew na naman. Yan na naman ang part of the new normal. Yan, yung curfew. Dahil nga kasi matitigas ang ulo, hindi sumusunod sa mga health protocols. Yan ang mangyayari. And there's rumor has it that we might revert to ECQ pag nag-increase pa rin yung mga infections. Ayaw natin yun, di ba? Babalik na naman tayo sa ganun na, yun na nga, curfew, bawal na naman lumabas yung matatanda or mga bata. Please kasi. My goodness, some people are just too stubborn. But anyway, going back to the jobs that we can do in this new normal, the next one is a contact tracer, diba? Contact tracer is an operative word in this new normal of ours. Kasi like social distance, kagaya ng social distancing, contract tracer may be a term, nung araw hindi natin alam tong term na to, pero noong 2020 sumikat ang term na ito. Social distancing, tsaka contact tracing. But now, it seems to be everywhere in the whole world. These disease kasi, ang tawag din dito, disease detectives. Yung mga contact tracers are disease detectives kasi they track down all the people who in one way or another have come into contact with an infected person. Meaning, kunyari, yun na nga, nag-test positive ang isang tao na nag-attend ng kasal or binyag or birthday. So, itong mga contact tracers na to will go to the homes of these people. Of course, kinukuha nila yung address or whatever, however way they can. And they go there and they have to let the people know that they might be infected because they were exposed to a positive person, a PUI, as well as what they should do next to prevent spreading the coronavirus further. Contact tracing is considered to be a key step in overcoming the pandemic. Kaya importante talaga yan. So, there's a need for this job, okay? Contact tracing. Ang sa Pilipinas na kailangan pang dagdagan ng mga contact tracers para ma-curtail natin to pag-spread ng virus, right? Sa Amerika, ginawa nila yung big deal, but still, what effect, diba? Yung mga Amerikano, matigas ang ulo. I mean, you know, I'm an American citizen too, but of course, my upbringing is Filipino, very Asian, right? And even though I've lived in America for so long, hindi talaga ako rin boto sa mga ibang human rights nila, ayaw nila magmaskara. Sira ulo, kaya tinan mo ngayon. Grabe ang infection sa America. Thousands of people die every day. My God. So anyway, what other job? Okay, an SEO specialist. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. Very, very, ngayon yan, sa mga nag-e-commerce, para sa mga website managers, it's important that you have either an in-house SEO specialist or you hire one, which is freelance. Nowadays, ang dami nag-hire ng freelancers as opposed to, kasi naman, kung office ka, mas menos sa'yo yun, mag-hire ka ng in-house SEO specialist or social media manager kasi bibigyan mo pa ng benefits yun, aside from the sweldo. If you hire freelancers, syempre walang benefits na yun, hindi mo na kailangan bayaran ng overtime or bigyan ng insurance. Etong trabahong to, SEO specialist, marami kayong makukuha. Anong SEO specialization? Ito yung ina-optimize nyo yung mga buzzwords, yung mga trigger words or taglines na because this helps businesses move up on the online search. Pagka ginugal mo ang kumpanya, una-una yung pangalan niya. Kasi pina-SEO optimize niya ang kanyang company. Ang SEO optimization, we will discuss that in another way more lengthily, how it works, okay? But for now, yun, yung trabahong yan is available or being offered or is widely sought after in this new normal. Okay, ano pa? Speech language pathologist, okay? Ito daw. Ito ang bayad, $30 to $54. Like I'm saying kasi, no, these jobs are available to everybody around the world kasi virtual. Okay? It doesn't matter what country. Basta marunong mag-English tsaka gawin yung trabaho. Ang average pay nito, between $30 to $50. Teachers aren't the only ones migrating from shuttered school to remote work. Pati ang mga speech language pathologists ay already online na, okay? They work with K-12 students to identify communication disorders and develop individualized educational or kina-customize nila yung lesson nila according to the needs of the students. Sabi ni Miss Ara, obesity daw ang number 1 high risk sa COVID sa USA po. Anyway, so yeah, ganun ba? Ang obesity naman has been a problem sa America for a long time. Pero because nung nag-proliferate naman yung mga lean things or mga salt-free stuff, I was still living in America. Yun naman, naka-encourage naman yun na magkaroon ng cancer dahil sa mga chemicals na nandun sa mga pagkain na yun. But anyway, so going back to the jobs that we can do in this pandemic, yun na nga, yung speech language pathologists, some opportunities are available immediately to serve for the remainder of the school year. So, parang teaching din yan, pero online. Speech pathology naman is to correct disorders in communicating, right? Kasi nga, parang voice coach nakakapagturo ka nga ngayon ng voice or singing online. So why not speech pathology, right? Ano pa? Ano pang mga trabaho? Yan, yung mga school psychologists or guidance counselors, online na yan pwede ngayon, right? Kasi nga, schools have gone online, meron tayong distance learning. So, pati yung mga guidance counselor nila, pwede mo na rin sila makausap virtually. Kagaya niya, ng Ateneo, yung anak ko, yung Ateneo, meron sila lahat guidance counselor. He contacts me through email, he contacts me through text when he has to talk to me about my son, about anything or something. So, virtual na rin ngayon yung mga school guidance counselors or psychologists. Kasi nga, hindi lang school naman, ang schools naman not just for book learning. They also provide a safe haven for students where professionals can help assess and promote their well-being. Yun na nga yung guidance counselors or school psychologists. School psychologists work with K-12 students to identify and address yung academic struggles nila, learning disabilities, and behavioral and emotional issues, specifically coping with the present pandemic situation. Kailangan yan talaga kasi naapektuhan talaga ang maraming estudyante. Like my son talaga, he really abhors studying online. He sabi niya, Mommy, I didn't dream of having a college education in my bedroom, on my bed with my pillows around. I want to go to the university. O nga naman, nag-enroll ka pa, pero hindi mo na nakita yung campus mo. But, there's a lot of emotional and psychological effects there on the students, itong pandemic. And it's important to know that there will be counselors or professionals or psychologists that you can speak to online. Kasi schools practicing remote learning, they're seeking remote workers to provide this important specialized service for their students, right? Teletherapy ang tawag dito. Some opportunities are available immediately to serve to the remainder of the school year. So, so itong mga psychologists, mag-online na rin kayo, right? Ito pa, ano pang trabaho pwede? In this new normal, sales agent, okay? The salesman didn't die. Actually, ang sales agent natin, hindi na. Ang sales agent natin nowadays, sarili na natin because nowadays, people are selling everything, anything online. From services to goods and commodities, diba? To their time management or consultancies. We are selling ourselves online. We are selling food online, everything. Good morning, Louis Del Rosario. Hello, thank you for joining me on this Friday. Maraming salamat. Okay, ano pa? Ano pang trabaho? Software engineer, talaga. Marami nag-hire ngayon ng virtual software engineers. At ang internationally at ang bayad dito ranging between $19 to $62. Technology workers should be able to find a slew of work from home opportunities. Talaga naman kasi nga yung mga companies, yung mga corporations, yung mga software engineers nila sa bahay na lang nagtatrabaho. Lalo na ngayon. So because yung company mo, pinapa-work ka from home, pwede ka na rin tumanggap ng mga side gigs or racket. Hindi naman nila lockdown na employer ikaw You can earn extra money pa from being a software engineer because you can have you can assess or you can offer how to fix their problems online. Like my son is taking information systems in Ateneo and ang anak ko ngayon hindi pa siya graduate pero nakakabuo na ng computer yung anak ko. Yun online service na he can sell computers, he can build computers, he can customize your computer according to your needs, right? And nakakabuo na ng computer anak ko and that's what he sells. That's his side business. He used to teach online English pero mas feel niya yung magkumpuni at maggawa ng computers. Yun na nga sabi niya, Mommy, I can earn 40,000 just like that with one thing, with one gig. One job that I have to do. So, hinayaan ko na, right? But of course, first and foremost, are his studies, okay? So, yun nga, maraming nag-hire ng software engineers online. in addition, kasi so full-time listings with employers and staffing agencies, you can find freelance gigs, of course, pa rin, sa aking favorite site, ang Upwork. Upwork, UPWORK, is really a good source of freelance job opportunities. So please, check out Upworks kung naghahanap kayo ng trabaho online. Marami kayong mahihanap dyan. Tsaka sa free app, flex jobs, tsaka sa remote. Alright? Okay? At the same time na merong mga jobs, okay? What to avoid? Please avoid also those job openings ng work ng mga scam, okay? Pagka as a caveat emptor that I always say, buyer beware. Please be careful. Check out muna yung mga nag-offer sa inyo ng trabaho. Unang-una, tingnan nyo kung legit sila, i-google nyo. Pero pag kayo hinihingan ng membership fee o kunyari registration fee bago kayo ma-hire, think twice. Scam yan. Alright? Hello there, Joseph Javier. You have a great day. Have a good weekend ahead of you too. Alright? Thank you very much for joining me. So, okay, paano natin, okay, we're trying to deal with the new normal. Yun yung mga trabaho na pwede nating magawa sa new normal, right? And ano yung mga tips ko pa kung paano tayo mag-deal with it. 3 tips for coping, and last 3 tips for coping with this new normal. Of course, hindi natin pwedeng maalis sa isip natin na ang hope na one day we will go back to the normal way of life. Pero first and foremost, dapat muna nating tanggapin na hindi na nga tayo normal way of life. Okay? The new kasi, what are the 3 things to expect pala in the new normal? Okay? Pagkatapos ng pandemic. Siyempre, hindi natin naisip yan, di ba? Pero some people say the new normal means we're going to be watched all the time and life will never be the same. Perhaps, yeah. Perhaps life will never be the same again, but we have the opportunity to make that life too and live with it, right? Life is what we make it. Of course, there are certain conditions that we have to deal with and we get used to. And 1 year na tayong nabubuhay ng ganito, we just have to continue. Sabi nga nila, take those good memories to move forward with, right? Don't focus on what you have lost. Concentrate on what you have. Don't concentrate on what you did, but concentrate on what you can do. Diba? Okay, we're all, di ba naging OC na tayong lahat, pero like now, di ba, totoo na ba yun news na bawal na raw ang PDA, bawal na ang public display of affection nowadays in this new normal. And now, because itong nangyayari sa atin sa Pilipinas na di-knockdown na yung Metro Manila in most parts at nagka-curfew na ulit. Kasi nga, wala na nagso-social distancing. I moved to Pampanga. Dito sa Pampanga parang walang pandemic actually. Yung mga tao nag-gather sa ibang places, nagpi-picnic. Parang walang pandemic, pero 2 days ago, nanguhuli na sila. Ang fine daw, 3,600 pag hindi naka-mask, nakita ka sa kalye. O, diba? Mahalang penalty. So, please, comply. Others say that eventually, people will grow tired of washing their hands, will papagod tayo, and life will return to the old normal. Yun na nga, pag naging complacent na, kalimutan na. Parang feeling ko nga dito sa Pampanga, hindi nila iniinda yung COVID-19. Parang feeling nila walang virus. But it's okay, The reality is there is still a virus. Excuse me. Pasensya. My throat is getting dry. Hindi to COVID. Dry lang. Sorry. Diba? After a while, mapapagod tayo. Mamimiss natin yung mga pagdalaw kay lola at kay lola, right? Grandparents and pre-pandemic kasi, diba? Yun na nga, nakakadalaw tayo sa matatanda natin. Pero we dream about those days to come. When the grandparents and grandkids will be reunited again. You can visit your parents, whether sa bahay nila or sa nursing homes, without fearing that you're asymptomatic and might spread the new virus, right? Pero the market has three things it's debating about when it comes to life. Life after the pandemic, itong mga iniisip. Buhay after pandemic, more saving, less spending. Diba? May isip natin. If there was ever an example of why people needed to save money for a rainy day, itong pandemya na to ang perfect example and the resulting na stop the world. Kasi hindi natin to in-expect. Diba? Yung mga hindi nakapag-save for this pandemic, alam nila more than ever now. After the pandemic, yung buhay natin, lalo nating maiisip na dapat tayo mag-save. Diba? Para pag dumating ulit ang gantong pandemya or calamity sa buhay natin, mas ready tayo. Right? Investors expect consumers to save more. Having spent the last year spending almost nothing, they might have gotten used to it. Okay, so pati sa mga negosyo, lower overheads are expected. Some will realize it's better than staring at the unpaid credit card balance or yung mga utang, di ba? Sa new norm, after the pandemic, mas tayo siguro, mindful na kailangan natin mag-save. Okay? One of the prevailing thesis regarding consumer behavior in a post-quarantine world is that individuals are likely to be a bit more conservative with their spending. Tama. Magiging wiser na tayo sa paggagastos natin pagkatapos nitong pandemic. This would be consistent with economic stress periods kasi nga, di ba, ang daming economies talaga went down, right? So, we will be wiser about our spending patterns, okay? After the pandemic, we expect to have new supply chains, mga bagong sources ng supplies, diba? From all over the world. Kasi anong tinuro sa atin ng pandemic na to? Masyado tayong reliant sa China, right? Masyado tayong umasa sa China talaga yung buong mundo. Why does China have to make literally everything? Kailangan mo ng ibuprofen, diba? China needs them all. Doctors need those suction cup-like masks known as the N95. Yung N95, China rin ang naggawa ng mga maskara na yon. Bakit kailangan sa China lahat manggaling? Diba? Pati yung mga gamot. Tapos need PPEs, yung mga PPEs, yun na naman din nag-mass produce na, China. Kaya nga nagkaroon yung parang conspiracy ng Amerika na yung virus ginawa talaga ng China para sa maging gawing negosyo. Of course, hindi yan totoo, right? Pero kasi, because of the COVID-19 and the pandemia, yun na nga, yung mga supplies, PPE, maskara, lahat sa China kinukuha. Ngayon yung gamot natin, di ba, yung vaccine natin, sa China rin natin kinuha. The first vaccine, right? But, you'll have to make them yourselves, okay? Need to inspect your, basta, hindi na tayo dapat asa sa isang supply chain. Okay? Diversify your network, diba? Widen your network so after this pandemic. Okay? Kasi Japan has had it too. They're offering multinationals $2 billion and $200 million to leave mainland China. Diba? There may be serious considerations given to diversify the supply chains, right? It's not easy, but it could be done. Right? So please widen your sources. Tapos sabi ng mga experts daw, it's a little bit scary to look at small businesses. Ang dami nagsarado na negosyo, right? Sa Amerika, yung mga nursing homes, sinarado kasi mga iba sinupa dahil sa wrongful death lawsuit about coronavirus. Tingnan natin na kasi nga ang dami-daming nagsara, but at the same time marami ring kinds of negosyo na maliit na nag-open. We just had to be more creative. Actually na nga, online buying, naging malaking big deal talaga ang online buying, whether it's shopping for food, ordering food, or buying clothes, or ordering gamit sa bahay or appliances. Yan, lumakas ang negosyo na pati rin yung delivery, right? Pero, ang daming negosyong nagsarado. Pero they had to be reorganize then like my sister nga, like I said, she owns like 200 franchises of a food chain. They had to close down their malls because kahit na nagbukas ng mall natin, konti pa ring taong pumapasok. So hindi nila nami-meet yung overhead nila. So they had to reinvent and offer the franchise for free na mag-open ka sa location outside of the mall na ang foot traffic ay mabuti. Yan ang part of the bayanihan project nila. Okay? So think about the businesses that you're putting up. First, anong kumikita? Food, right? Food. Tsaka yung online selling, reselling. Ano rin yan? Look into that, okay? Ano pa ang ating 3 tips ko lang na maigsi to how to cope up with this virus situation, right? In a nutshell. Para tayo mabuhay ng wala nang masyadong takot kasi 1 year na nga right? We had mixed emotions about this, but then, like I said, what we have to do is accept that this is the life that we have now, okay? So, unang gawin, diba? Be more mindful, be more caring, be kind. If you're kind ka na talaga, be kinder. Kasi lahat ito is still a learning curve for all of us. We are still, some of us are still getting used to this new normal. Remember that we are dealing with this the best we can. Kindness and understanding for others is very, very useful in this situation because, diba, this world reopens our sense of community, right? Our sense of rebuilding and resetting our lives. We have to build new routines, diba, in this new normal. Some people might be more eager than others to get out into the world. If you need more time in the safety of your home and need to take smaller steps to reintegrate this new normal and feel safe, remember that this is fine. It's an okay feeling to have. Okay lang yan. Normal lang na feel ng ganyan. Ang daming tao talaga feeling nila nakulong na sila sa situation. Don't lose hope. Actually, because there's always hope for a brighter day every day. Pero yun na nga. Be kind, be more patient. Tapos pag ready na kayo to get into the world and accept this new normal, then do it, right? Acceptance is key. And then move forward from this. Kindness will bring you a long way. So dapat na yan, be patient. Just because yung buhay mo ay hindi kagaya ng dati, hindi ibig sabihin na hindi na babalik sa ganoon, right? Hindi lang natin alam kung kailan. Pero what we have to do is deal with what we have, right? So focus on the things that you have, not on the things that you have lost. It's hard not to want our old way of life. Oh, mahirap talaga na hindi balik-balikan yung paano tayo noon. But kaso lang, it's not the way it is, okay? We will get there. We will get back maybe one day. The reality of the situation is that progress is slow, diba? It may look different for months on end, pero syempre hopeful tayo ngayon dahil may vaccine na, diba? Ang ina-anticipate natin ngayon is kuhanin ko na yung vaccine para at least, of course, it's not 100% guaranteed that you're not gonna get the virus ever, but it's a layer of protection that we can put and a layer of confidence that will give us knowing that we have been vaccinated and protected, okay? Of course, be brave, be more brave, okay? Reopening society is a stressful time, but you are strong. Tell yourself that you're strong. And together, kaya natin ito lahat. Kaya natin bumangon. Di ba? Ang Pilipino naman talaga resilient eh. Ilang kalamidad na rin yung ating hinarap. But we're still here and standing. Right? So it's very important talaga to have faith, hope, and love all the time in our lives and in our hearts, because we can deal with this. Kaya natin ito, okay? We can adapt, okay, and we can live with this. We can move forward. The recovery of the global economy is slow, and many industries are still suffering, and they will never be the same again. But we just have to know that we can move forward. Build a new routine, like sinabi ko. Create a new routine, different from before. Tapos, make a plan for yourself. Tapos yung revenue, yung sources of income nyo, di ba? Mas marami na ngayon ways sabi nga niya, there are different ways to skin a cat. Sorry sa mga animal lovers, pero yung idiomatic expression na yan, meaning maraming paraan. Especially now. Don't just stick to one. Kung meron kang full-time job, there's other ways that you can also work. Especially in your house. 24 hours a day ka naman may chance na magtrabaho or to get an extra gig or racket or extra income. Okay? Work as a freelancer online. Okay? Like me. Be a consultant. Share your skills and expertise and make money from it. So, yan ang importante, right? So, those are the things that we have to look after and look what we can do. Mag-invest into something. Before you invest into something, check nyo muna, okay? Check the markets that you're joining. Check the niche. Kung legit yan, dahil marami ring scammers online. As much as maraming opportunities na trabaho, marami ring opportunista. Ng opportunities, right? So, be careful, okay? Like I said, if you want to start a business, this is risky, but there's always risk in any business. But of course, all the time, validate the things that you're investing on. Check nyo muna kung ano yan, kung may mga reviews about it, yung papasukan yung negosyo. Okay, Google is your friend. Ang dami-dami. Technology talaga is such, it helps us talaga. There's a lot of information there that you can gather and before you can go into something, okay? Tapos yun na nga, reinvent yourself, earn more skills, ang dami-daming courses dyan na offered online that you can do to make yourself add more skills or add to your resume, right? If you can invest in a business that needs just a little capital, go ahead. Now is the perfect time to start the business that you've always dreamed of having. Even if you don't have hindi ka masyadong maraming cash to invest, meron kasing businesses that cost virtually nothing to get going. Kagaya nga na tubong lugaw yung mga iba. Lalo na yung pagkain nowadays talaga. Kasi ngayon ang delivery ng pagkain ng dami-dami everywhere. Not just here in Pampanga, but everywhere sa buong Pilipinas. Okay, ang pagkain kumikita. Basta ngayon nowadays, diba, lahat ng tao naging marunong na magluto. Tsaka yung mga iba naman, yung mga plant lovers, all of a sudden, nag-gardening na sila. All of these things we're doing in the new normal. And of course, like I said, my parting words, please, don't focus on what you've lost. Focus on what you have. And then how you can move forward with this. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me today. Maraming salamat po. At happy weekend sa inyong lahat. And ayan na nga, nag-stricto na sa Metro Manila. Wala na ako sa Metro Manila. Sa Pampanga na ako. Pero I feel so sorry for my siblings who are there na they're getting sort of paranoid because nga there's a rumor that we might revert to ECQ. So, yun na naman, yung mga groceries, mag-hoarding na naman dyan, magpa-panic buying. But, be safe, please, and be careful, and stay safe. And please, observe the health protocols na ni-impose sa atin, please, para tumigil na itong pag-spread ng virus na ito. Thank you so much for joining me. And maraming salamat, Miss Lilian Gabriel, at saka si Ara ng Zen Energy for coming to the show today, and Louis De Rosario, Joseph Javier, the Lakap family who's always supportive of me, my family, my Bautista family, Jenny and Kiani, my immediate family now. Thank you very much for joining me. And of course, nasa YouTube na tayo. After this, lilipat na sa YouTube ang ating mga telecast. So please like the Broad Stream Cast Communicators YouTube channel. Alright? And maraming salamat. And have a good weekend. Enjoy your lunch, okay? Or whatever your ulam is. Enjoy nyo yung lunch nyo. Maraming salamat. And magkita-kita tayo ulit sa Monday. Doon na siguro sa bahay ko ako magpo-broadcast. Ito nga yung last day ulit. Nandito ako sa bahay ni Tita Baby at nila Celsia. Thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of the day. And I hope you have a good weekend. And spend it wisely and safely. Faith, hope, and love, please. Huwag niyong tanggalin sa inyong buhay at sa puso to have faith, hope, and love. Thank you very much.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Stream Cast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.